Hi everybody, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. Today we are going to be making a low-carb, keto-friendly casserole, and I'm just going to give you kind of a working casserole. You can change anything you want within this casserole to make it a casserole that you like. It is literally a dump and bake and enjoy. There is no crust in it, so we don't have to worry about making a fathead dough or a cauliflower crust. Okay, so what have I done to get us here? The oven is preheated at 375. I have browned a pound of meat of choice. So ground up some beef, lamb, chicken, turkey, just ground up something, and add like a small diced onion to it. Ground it, take out the grease, and then season the way that you like. I used garlic lovers. Guys, garlic lovers has salt in it and onion in it. So it was kind of a win-win because I get to do salt, garlic, and onion. And then I added some pepper as well. Then in the other pan, I took some sausage, but I kept them big. So I'm not making meatballs, but they're like chunks. Now you could do meatballs if you want. Like I said, you need two meats. So I kind of like one to be big, one to be small. So you could do a kielbasa, you could do meatballs, just something small, something big. And then we're going to start assembling it. You're gonna want 2 or 3 vegetables of choice. I'll let you know what we're using. We already have one onion already, just regular onion already in here, and then I've got another 2 that are prepped, but I'm gonna give you some ideas as we assemble. So let's start assembling. You need a 9x13 pan. To your pan, you are going to add an entire jar of no sugar added pasta sauce. So here we go. Now, this is traditional, which means the one that I bought didn't come seasoned. If you buy it already seasoned, you probably don't have to do much. But I just bought traditional. Please make sure it's no sugar added, so that like this particular one is 6 carbs per serving. You can find them anywhere from 4 to 6. So because this one has nothing, I'm just gonna add a little bit of onion, not a lot. A little bit of garlic. Now this one I am gonna do separate because it's not as strong as the Flavor Gods, and I already have that in the meat. I just wanna make sure that everything's seasoned. But here, I mean, it's pasta sauce. So let us get some Italian seasonings in there. Okay, I'll just go with the big guy and just try not to overdo it. And some Italian seasoning. Okay. So, nice and easy. We've got seasonings in there, seasonings in the meat, and now we're gonna start to dump and then mix. So first I'm gonna take my ground meat of choice with the onions already cooked so that they're nice, translucent, and soft. I'm just gonna add the entire pound with everything to this. Super nice and easy, guys. Takes about 10 minutes to get your meat ready, and it took me about 5 minutes to dice my veggies of choice. And my nutrition facts are in there, but they're based off of kind of what I use. You'll see here that my sausage is nice big chunks because I wanted something kind of like a meatball without making meatballs, if that makes sense. So here we go. I've got that. So far those are in there. And then I have some diced green peppers. You're gonna save some for a little bit later. So I'm just gonna put that in there. Okay, I'm gonna save some. And my other one is mushrooms. And I went ahead and cut them up into more of a bite-sized piece. You can leave them sliced however you want to do it, that's fine. But notice right now, all I'm doing is dumping. Okay, so now I'm gonna stir it all together. Gonna be easier than that, right? Okay, getting everything mixed up. Other things, you could do olives, you could do red onions. Trying to think what other people like to add. Jalapenos, that's something our family would like. But yeah, vegetables, just kind of think about vegetables that you would like to add to your pizza, and just basically 2 types of meat here and your sauce. So far we're pretty easy on this, right? Okay, and whatever vegetables, keep a few out. You'll see why in just a moment. I just want to make sure this is all nice and coated. Okay. Alrighty, so to this, sorry about that. So to this, we are going to add 1 cup of shredded mozzarella that you can either shred on your own, or you can buy a bag that has 2 cups and use half, which is what I'm doing. Only 1 cup, guys. Trust me. There's a special thing at the end we're gonna do. So you don't need any more than 1. Smidge more, not much more. Trying to make sure, okay. Then we go back, I'm gonna actually do these first. Sprinkle these on top, the remaining veggies. So it looks like we've got toppings on top. Just make it look pretty. This is also a time, like if you wanted to add some pepperonis, bacon, Canadian bacon, this is when you would do that. If you wanted to add like a 3rd meat of choice. I don't have any. I actually meant to get pepperoni and totally spaced it at the store because that was going to be on here. And I'm gonna sprinkle the rest of the peppers across the top. So this comes together super easy, super fast. All right, do you guys see that? Pretty easy. We have 1 more special ingredient that I will show you at the end. It is sitting out at room temperature, but I'm gonna show you that at the end. Right now, this goes in at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes, and then broil for 2 to 3 just to make sure it's golden brown. And then I'll show you what we do at the end, and we'll do a taste test. All right, so the casserole is out of the oven, and it smells and it looks amazing. There's 1 more thing we have to do. All right, let me aim this down. Okay, so I have ricotta cheese, and we are just literally going to put little tiny baby dollops. Truthfully, you want to measure out 8 ounces. You don't want to use too much. It's going to give tons of flavor. And if you have leftovers, a week ago I did my zucchini lasagna recipe, and we had leftovers. It reheats wonderfully and it just melts right in. So no worries about that. So we're just gonna dollop this all the way across so that we get to enjoy 1 last little kind of special ingredient that just takes it over the top. And if you like a spicy kick, feel free to have some Parmesan cheese and some chili flakes nearby so that you can top yours with that if you would like. I have a feeling my husband will be getting some chili flakes out, but I will not. But that way, each person can kind of do the spice level that they like. So, yeah, this just kind of is a little, take it over the top. But by doing little dollops, you can kind of see that we kind of give it evenly distributed. And you don't need much. And as you eat it, it'll just melt through there. So look at that, guys. Doesn't that look amazing? That is a pizza casserole. So one last thing to do before I do my picture for the photo. How about I take a taste test for you guys, huh? This is just looking so good. Let's just pray I don't burn my mouth off. All right, here we go. A little bit of the meats, the veggies. Okay. All right. I don't know if you guys can even see that there's steam coming off. Guys, you're not gonna miss the crust at all. It tastes like a pizza. No crust, no guilt, and everything in here is keto, low carb friendly. And like I said, you choose the meats, you choose the vegetables, just dump and bake, and you've got a meal for the family. I hope you enjoy this one. The full description will be in the comments or in the description below, so click on more. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn those notifications on. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.